First this Sunday morning, the grand jury investigation into Hartford City Hall and allegations of corruption in the administration of Mayor Eddie Perez. It's been going on for a while now, and it's not easy to get information about what's been learned. Channel 3's Len Bestop has been investigating, and he joins us now. And Len, first of all, thanks for being with us. What exactly are they investigating?
It's a myriad of things, really, Dennis. It began with some questions about some deals allegedly regarding parking lots and sweetheart deals given as far as rates for renting those parking lots. And from what our sources are telling us, it really has just mushroomed from there into a number of different areas. And
this certainly has not been easy, as we said, to get information. In fact, you had a big problem a couple of days ago at Hartford City Hall. Let's roll your story.
Right. You have to get an officer to remove public.
No, I don't have to get an officer.
Eyewitness News had an appointment to go through documents in a reception area of the Hartford Corporation Counsel office that's open to the public during normal business hours. Corporation Counsel John Rose said the problem was we didn't tell him we were bringing a camera in this, again, public area, and it had to go. We disagreed, and our Eyewitness News camera was rolling.
Are you going? The cop's going to put you out, so you can do it easy or you can do it hard.
If he's done, he's done. If he's not leaving. It's a public building, John.
This is not a public office. This is my office. The public building is out there.
No.
Look,
this is a lobby.
This is not a lobby.
I know the law.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Well, then cite me the law that says you can sit there and tell me that it's my office. I'm going to throw you.
You don't have the law.
You can sit there and do what you're allowed to do. Don't ever come here with a cameraman you haven't told me is coming. Don't ever do that. Don't ever do that, because you won't come.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Well, do it again. See what happens. You won't get in the door.
I really don't care.
Cool. Then when I don't have to see you, I know I'm better off.
Right back to you.
Eyewitness News legal analyst Stephen Seligman weighed in.
It strikes me that there's a presumption that public buildings have public spaces within them, and that the burden of rebutting that presumption ought to be on the government official who wants to say, no, this is an area that is restricted from public use. I did not hear any such convincing assertions of that, nor did I see any on the tape that you asked me to review.
And this isn't the first time Attorney Rose has been questioned about the way he grants access to the public. Back in January, Eyewitness News obtained emails that showed when a Hartford taxpayer asked for documents, Rose wrote to another city attorney, Carl. So who lit a fire under this expletive? Can I shut him down or make him define what projects he is referencing?
So how did that end?
Well, I mean, he ended up walking back into his office. We held our ground. We stayed there. We had every right to be there. It was a public building. It was a public reception area in an office that really is open to the public during business hours.
What have we been able to learn about this investigation? Who exactly has been called to testify?
A whole bunch of people. What we were able to do in that office was get a whole bunch of documents like this. This has an invoice that basically says that attorney X or firm X or Y went and spoke with employee X or Y, giving them some kind of consultation because they've been subpoenaed to appear before the grand jury. Not necessarily they've appeared, but they've been subpoenaed to appear, and we're talking thousands of dollars.
Let's talk about this list that you've been able to put together through sources and and some just plain good reporting. So as we look at this list, you know, some of the names may ring a bell. How about some of the other ones?
There's some interesting ones on here. One that we just picked up was Kelvin Roldan. He's a state representative, but he's also working in the Department of Education with the city. He used to be in the mayor's office. And so, of course, we really, at this point, are still working on precisely why they would want to talk with him. And again, I want to caution that, you know, we don't know necessarily that any of the folks on this list here did anything wrong. In many cases, what the grand jury wants to do is just get information from them.
Yeah, I know Mayor Peters has told us that, former Mayor Peters, that he was only there for a short amount of time, and they asked him some basic questions about City Hall and nothing really juicy, as he put it. How does this grand jury work?
Basically what it is, this grand jury, as we understand it, is a one-person panel, an administrative judge, and he is hearing testimony from different people to try to establish probable cause that the mayor and perhaps his underlings had some kind of wrongdoing at City Hall. at which point that the grand jury expires, then the judge will have findings, and those findings will then be handed to the state's attorney's office, which will be able to act upon those findings if there's been some finding of criminal guilt, that there are laws that have been broken. Again, I also want to caution the state's attorney's office at this point. They're saying, we know nothing about a grand jury. We have no idea that it even exists. So anything that we discuss with them is strictly theoretical.
So
but
they won't confirm or deny.
No,
even though everyone has told us that yes, they've been called before a grand jury.
Exactly. It's sort of that nod, nod, wink, wink thing. We don't know anything, but let's face it, one is going on.
So this could break really any day, or maybe 6 months from now. We just don't know.
Exactly. The way it works is the grand jury is impaneled for 6 months. And then, according to state law, there are 2 extensions that can be granted. One has already been granted. It began, we think, roughly around October of '07. So we're getting close to October. It could go up till then, and they could ask for another extension, or perhaps they've got enough. Yeah. It's, at this point, a lot of it is very cloaked in secrecy.
It's obviously a very tense situation at City Hall. I imagine all these people are wondering, well, what did my testimony lead to?
Exactly.
You know, what's going to happen? So.
Exactly.
All right, Len Bestoff, we look forward to more of your investigations coming up on this
well, thanks
very
for
important
having
story.
us.
Thank you, Len.